South, can y'all really feel me? Feel us. East Coast, feel me. Feel us. West Coast, feel me. Say what? Dirty South, here we go. Can y'all really feel me? Baby girl. East Coast, feel me. West Coast, feel me. Can you feel us? Dirty South, dirty. Can y'all really feel me? Feel it. East Coast, feel me. Say what? West Coast, feel me.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Mercedes Michelle. Welcome to my channel if you are new. Welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a little girl talk. It's been a while since I got real personal with you guys, and I want to just have some girl talk. Get your feedback in the comments, and yeah, let's get into this video. Grab your wine, sit back, and let's relax. Okay guys, let's start off with something simple, something easy, something that will just flow into the next couple of segments in this video. So I've been on a journey of just figuring out who I am as a person. I have always been someone that could never be put in a box, could never really identify what type of person I was. Like, I could be someone with multiple personalities. I would say I'm quiet, I'm shy, but I can also be loud, super goofy, super irritable at times. I don't know. I'm a Cancer. Let's start by saying that. Go ahead, get the crybaby emojis out and all that. I don't think I'm a crybaby. Can I be moody? Yes. Can I be sensitive? Yes. I do cry on movies. Yes. But like, crybaby to what extent? Because people be really trying this. Like, I ain't crying over no man. I've never cried over a man. I'm not crying over, like, I don't cry over stuff you shouldn't cry over. I cry when somebody passes away. I cry when it's a sad movie. Like, I cry over stuff that I feel like regular people should cry over. It's not my fault that you like super hard. Like, it's nothing wrong with crying. Anyways, I have been on this journey of figuring out who I am as a person, as someone who's very reserved at times. Everywhere I go, I'm super reserved. If you see me out, I'm usually like in the back, sitting quiet. If I got a little something in my system, I might get up, dance a little bit, even though I cannot dance. But for the most part, I'm always to myself, very quiet, just observant. I like to observe and peep the scene a lot. But I have found it so interesting to research all of the new labels that we have. Like, becoming that girl, tried it, figured it was not for me. I am not that girl, y'all. I am not that girl. I don't like wearing makeup every day. I don't like doing my hair. I don't like getting my nails done. And I feel like that just automatically counted me out. It did. So that girl was not for me. Then we went over to the clean girl. And I'm like, okay, maybe. This is getting more and more like me. And then I'm like, okay, maybe not. And then I came over to soft life girl. And I was like, you know what? I can do that. I can dig that. I feel like I can relate to that. And I don't know. It just felt good to be able to relate to something, to actually put a label on something, even though we are so against labels, right? But it felt good to finally understand where my personality could possibly land me. But all in all, how do you guys feel about like the whole labels, that girl, soft life girl, feminine, that, oh wait, I said that one already. Anyways, let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about those. I think it's cute and a fun little, I don't know if it's a phase that a lot of girls go through. You know, on YouTube, something gets popular, you go through a phase and then it phases out. I don't know if it's one of those things, but I dig it. I like to see women being able to you know, relate to other women. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that girl and luxury girl are kind of like one and the same. So I'm not leaving out luxury girl. I'm just putting it with that girl. But anyways, you guys, I want to come and talk with you guys about dating. It's been a while since I've updated you on dating. I believe the last video I made on dating in particular was a dating as a single mom, and I never got back with you guys. I know y'all was like, take us on your journey, let us know. That was years ago, and here we are. So dating for me is blah. I don't know. I just find that once you get to a certain age, you start to realize certain things are just unacceptable. And it's not that you have too high of a standard. It's not because you're picky. It's just, you know what you want. And I was talking to my friends, and they were just like, get down to what you want. Write a list, taking it back to, I don't know, what was that, one of Tyler Perry movies where you write a list about the good and the bad, or just what you want in your ideal man. And I really think that is helpful, because when someone asks me like on the spot, what do you want in a man? What is your ideal man? I kind of freeze up and I'm like, you know, the regular things, like, you know, the bare minimum. And they're like, no, you don't want the bare minimum. And I'm like, well, that's true, because my bare minimum is probably different from the actual bare minimum. So I was like, okay, I understand that it's probably not bare minimum, but it's bare minimum to me. So I do need to write that list. Like, I'm going to write that list of my wants, and I feel like I focus a lot on my dislikes when it comes to men. Like, I know what I don't like, I know what I won't accept, but I think it's time to stop focusing on the dislikes and what you don't want and focus on what you do want. A lot of times as women, we get sidetracked and we start focusing too much on the negative. So if you're doing that, stop it. Get a list of your wants. Don't put no do nots. Put your wants and see how that goes. See where that gets you. So that's what I'm going to do. I challenge you guys to do that as well. I have also learned not to express to men what you want, because a lot of times men will pretend. They will pretend to be everything that you want on your list and turn out to be the complete opposite. So I don't sit down with men and tell them, oh, I want this, I like this, I don't like this, I don't want a man. And I'm not saying like, oh, I like flowers, oh, I like movies. I'm not saying that, but I'm specifically saying when you're describing your wants in a man, I like a man that is honest, loyal, humble, not big-headed or into himself. They were put on a show. They will pretend that they're none of those things because they know what you want. You sit there and give them the blueprint to pretend to be something that they're not, just so they can get whatever, you know, they're set out to get. And then once they get it, it's on to the next. So I would just say, you know what you want. You have to be the observer. You have to pay attention to detail. You have to keep your eyes wide open, because a person is going to show you who they are. I guarantee you. Even if you do give them the blueprint, they're going to slip up and show you who they are. But it's up to you to realize it or ignore it and think that because you gave him the blueprint, he does all of these things right, but he slipped up this one time, or he slipped up a few times, and that's just, you know, by accident. That's just not him, because you already gave him the blueprint of what you want, so he can pretend to still be that, but he'll show up. Don't be blindsided. Don't ignore the red flags. Been there, done that. We too old for that. I really think in today's society, it's hard dating. I tell like my elders, like it's not the same. I wish I would have found my person in high school because I would not have to deal with this. I would have stuck it out, wrote it out with them, because what we deal with today is ridiculous. Like, well, I don't deal with it because I'm not gonna put up with it, but what I see people deal with, it's just, it makes me scared to date because I don't want to deal with that stuff. I don't want to go through that. Now I know everybody's relationship is going to go through something. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. I understand that. But it's the extra stuff. It's the stuff that I just don't tolerate. I don't tolerate cheating. I don't tolerate lying. Don't lie to me. What's the point of lying to me? There's no point in lying to me. I feel like if you lie to me, there's no way I can trust you. Like, being honest with me will get you so further with me. But once you lie, I'm just going to be, and 9 times out of 10, if I'm asking you something, I already know the answer. I already know the truth. So why lie about it? I would say, like, outside of lying, one of my biggest turn offs are men who don't know how to prioritize their time, who don't know how to make time for you. Like, men in their organization skills is just terrible, truth be told. And people will say, well, if he likes you, if he really wants you, he is going to make time. He's going to show up. And I just have not found that yet. So maybe they just don't like me. But anyways, that's dating in a nutshell for me. It is what it is. I'm open to it more so than I have been in the past years of my life. I've definitely grown to be open to it more so now than ever. And I'm happy. It's a big jump for me. That's like something big for me because at one point I was very closed off. Even when I said I was going to date, I was not dating, y'all. I was like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm good. I'm content. Once you've been single for so long, it is hard to like interrupt that, change that, because it becomes peaceful and you know you're not dealing with what you see on social media, because people be going at it, and it just keeps you in a comfortable zone, in a comfortable space. But I am learning to get out of that and to be more open, so I'm definitely proud of myself. That leads me to toxic relationships. We've all experienced at least one in our lives, and I'm not judging. I am not here to judge. Been there, done that. I am, not to compare, but I don't think I'm just super toxic as far as like damaging toxic, like doing stuff to people to hurt them. That I couldn't, that's just not me. That's just not who I am as a person. But people who do it, do I understand it? Yes, I get it. But I'm someone who wants to get out of a situation before it gets that toxic. Like, I don't ever want to be behind the wheel trying to run you over. I don't ever want to have to throw bleach on your clothes, set your house on fire, left eye. I don't want to have to do all that. If I have to do all that, if it gets to that point, I failed myself. Like, I let myself down to allow myself to step out of character to that extent behind somebody. So that, we're not doing that. But toxic, like, I don't know. I feel like relationships these days, we feel like we have to argue. If we don't argue, we're not in love. If you want to start an argument because then you can follow up with some, I don't like that. Like, no. Can we be kind? Can we be nice? Can we let the toxic relationships go? Please. Sis, I don't want to see you in jail behind no man. I don't want you in trouble behind no man. Can we let the toxic relationships go? They're not for me. I'm not about to do it. I don't put my hands on men. I don't provoke men. I remove myself. Listen, I grew up with boys, and I'm gonna be honest, my brothers, we used to box. We used to fight. And I learned that no matter how hard I fought, I could not beat them. That does not mean I could not fight. I just could not beat them. And they ain't treat, and it's bad to say, but if it happened today, we would probably be in some trouble. But back in the day, I used to fight my brothers like hard, fight hard. We used to be fighting hard, and I used to tell them, I bet y'all won't fight them boys on the street like that. But I feel like that taught me to like not put my hands on men. I don't play those games. I wouldn't want anyone putting their hands on my brothers or my nephews. So as a woman, I don't put my hand on men. I don't care. Like, I might push you a little bit, like, oh, move, get out my face or something like that. But like physically assaulting a man, I don't do that. And I don't think women should do that. I will not ever teach my daughter to put her hands on a man because she's not as strong as him, or she doesn't have the same strength as him. It doesn't matter. Don't put your hands on anyone. And that's that. I don't care how angry you are, how mad you get. Put your hands on anyone. We're not doing that unless you know you have to defend yourself. That's different. But like, just to be toxic, don't put your hands on nobody. Because when you got to put your hands on somebody, you should have been gone. You should have been left that relationship a long time ago. But as far as like being toxic with our mouth, I feel like we can be very lethal, and I'm one of those who has a lethal mouth. And I know it's hard to believe, but I can say some stuff that I may not need to say. I'm not going to say want to say, because if I said it, then I wanted to say it. But some stuff that should not probably be said, I will go there, and I learned to be silent. A lot of times, if I'm in an argumentative situation, I be quiet. I try to be anyways, because I know that I can say something very rude, very mean, very disrespectful, and I just try to be quiet. But if you provoke me, then that's different. But I'm really trying to get out of all of that. Like, I feel like everything does not deserve a reaction. Everything does not have to be commented on. I have this side remarks thing really bad. Like, if a guy is saying something, I'd be like, whatever, or I bet, or, you know, I always have like a little smart remark to reply with, and I'm over that. That's toxic to me. Like, if a man is being honest and trying to be truthful with me, I'll still like have playful. And sometimes I am just being playful, but other times it's just like, that can be annoying, because if they did it to you, would you like that? Like, accusing them or telling them, I bet, or that's not true. Like, making them seem like they're a liar. I do that. I had that really bad, but I'm learning like that's not healthy either. So I'm just trying to switch up my dialogue and switch up the type of men I attract as well. I don't really attract bad men. I'm not going to say that. Like, I have not really dealt with, okay, I'm not going to say that, because I probably have dealt with some bad men, but I cut it off before I see how bad they can get. If that makes sense. Like, I really will remove myself from any situation, relationship that I feel is toxic. I will remove myself. Now, if it's some stuff that we can work on, that's different. Like, if I see something in you, you see something in me, and we just have to overcome some stuff from our past, maybe that, like, for me, for example, I hadn't been in a relationship for years. So a lot of my mindset when it came to relationships was still the old stuff. Like, I had to relearn a lot of stuff, or just learn stuff as I go, because I hadn't experienced a real relationship in my adult life, because the last relationship was with my child's father that I had prior. So it took me like really trying to understand this adult life relationship stuff. And I feel like you won't know your issues, or maybe your insecurities or relationship problems, until you actually go through them. Because being single, I didn't think I had no problems. As soon as I get in a relationship, I'm like, oh, whoa, hold up now, slow down, let me regroup, let me get this together, because these feelings that I'm feeling is not how I should be feeling. I should not be doing what I'm doing. I should not be acting the way I'm acting. So you definitely have to go through the motion to understand how to be better, I guess, in a sense. Because if you never go through it, how do you know how to change or fix or switch up some things? Because like I said, I hadn't been in a relationship for years. So I just say, leave the toxic stuff in the past. Learn through each relationship. If you don't get nothing else out of it, learn from them. And learn good stuff from them. Don't always take the bad, the negative into the new relationship. A lot of times we be putting our insecurities, what our old dude did, onto the next dude. That's not healthy. If you're going to get into a relationship, get into it with a clean slate. Everyone deserves a clean slate. I don't care what happened in your past. I don't care what he did. I don't care if he cheated, he lied consistently. You stayed, you allowed it. Don't bring it on to the next person. It's unfair. It's unfair to continue to bring our baggage into new things. You can't do that. I'm learning. I get it. It's hard, but you cannot do that. Everyone deserves a clean slate. You wouldn't want him putting his ex baggage onto you. So why do it to them? Oh, it's going to take a tough person to deal with me because I done been through some stuff. And if he doesn't deal with me, then he's not strong enough for me. And oh, well, nobody should have to deal with you. Everybody deserves the best version of you. And if you can't give them the best version of you, you need a break. You don't need to be dating. You don't need to be moving on to the next person, because that's how the toxic relationship cycle continues. And we're trying to get rid of that, okay? So I'm going to leave you guys with this last topic in this video, and then I'm going to end the video. This one is for all of my co-parenters, all of my single moms, single dads, single parents that are co-parenting. You guys, I'm just happy to be co-parenting. It took a while, and we still have, I'm not even gonna say we still gotta grow, because let me tell you what type of co-parent I am. So the type of co-parent I am, you guys, I don't be caring. I am just not one of those parents who worries about every little thing as far as what the other parent is doing or not doing. And I feel like that works because I live a stress-free life. Could it be better? Absolutely. We're always striving for better. And if there's any way that I can improve, I would. But I feel like I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect, but I don't cause drama. I don't complain. I don't ask. So I may not be the best person to give co-parenting advice. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try for y'all. I'm going to try to dig deep and figure out this co-parenting thing. So me and my child's father, we get along. We have conversations as far as like events. Oh, what are you doing for Myliah's birthday? Oh, well, I'm doing this for Myliah's birthday. Okay, cool. What time? When? Where? Those are the type of conversations we have. Other than that, my child's father does not live in the same city as me. And I feel like I've stated this before, so I can't call him and be like, hey, sorry, last minute, but can you go get Myliah from school? I don't have that reward of doing so. I just don't have that. So it's not like I have to communicate with him every day. When we do communicate, it's, hey, well, okay, sometimes, most of the time I communicate with his mom and she wants to get Myliah and she wants to meet me halfway. Because we don't stay in the same city, I do meet them, you know, just be kind and meet them. It's not like I have to, because like I don't have to meet them, but I do it because it works. If that will allow them to spend time with Myliah, I do it because I want that bond there. I want them to build that relationship. Do I have to do it? I don't, but I do. I just want to make life easy for myself and for my child. Everybody else's feelings, I don't really care about. But as long as she's happy, I'm good. Until the day she tells me she's not happy with something, I am a-okay. And I feel like that's why I'm so soft with this co-parenting. I don't bother, I don't nag, I don't complain, I don't do any of that. I just let whatever be. And I'm good. I feel like I'm blessed. God blesses me, especially in the parenting department, because there are days and times where I just be like, what am I doing? How am I doing it? But I do it. So I feel like once you like let that stress off of you, because at one point a long time ago, it was not healthy. It was not good. I complained, I nagged, I asked, and it would just hurt me. It would just make me feel sad. It would just make me feel so bad inside, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is my life. How did I end up here? And once I stopped doing all of that ceased with that. It changed my perspective, and I just learned to just be calm about every situation that I cannot change, that I have no power over. I have no power over another human being. I cannot make them, I cannot force them. All I can do is my part and hope that they show up. And when they show up, I allow it. It's that simple for me. Now, everybody's situation is different. Everybody's co-parenting situation is different. But all I can say is try to work together, because working apart is just way too stressful. So if you guys can do your best to try to work together, that increases the likelihood of your child being happy. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters to me. I don't care if I gotta drive 5 hours, I'm gonna drive it if that's what she wants to do. And that's just the type of parent I am. That's how I co-parent. I know some people are like, if they want to see my baby, they better come get her. If they want to see him, they better come get him. Or they, you know, it doesn't have to be like that. Doesn't have to be like that. Just make each other's lives easier. That's what I say. Make each other's lives easier. Even if you feel like they're not making your life easier, understand that by you doing right, you'll be blessed 10 times. Remember that. But don't do stuff just because you think you're going to get a blessing. Just do it out of the kindness of your heart with nothing in return. Don't expect anything. And it'll bring you more peace. It'll bring you more calmness when you move out of pure love for your child. Say that. But you guys, that's all I have for today. I'm kind of tired of talking. This is like the most I've talked in a video, so bear with me. I apologize. I talk a little slow sometimes. I like to articulate my words correctly, and sometimes my brain and my mouth don't be functioning at the same time. So it'll get better. I'm not a talker, believe it or not. I talk a lot in these videos, but in real life, I'm super quiet. So the only time I really get to express my thoughts is probably in a video. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe before you go, and comment down below if you gained anything from this video. If you want to see more girl talks, let me know. Let me know. And if not, let me know. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.